Multiple Russian warplanes, a high-stakes aerial encounter, tensions in skies above Alaska, U.S. dispatched jets for a mission. It is another reminder that Cold War shadows still linger in the Arctic skies. A chilling aerial confrontation between U.S. and Russia was nearly averted on February 19. According to the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, multiple Russian military aircraft were observed operating in international airspace near Alaska. The Russian formation included two Tu-95 strategic bombers, two Su-35 fighter jets, and an A-50 airborne early warning aircraft in a powerful show of force in the skies near North America. U.S. officials said Russian aircraft remained in international airspace and did not breach U.S. airspace. But the mission triggered a full defensive response. NORAD responded immediately. Two F-16 fighters were scrambled alongside two F-35 stealth jets. An E-3 airborne warning aircraft joined the mission, supported by four KC-135 aerial refueling tankers. The NORAD aircraft identified and escorted the Russian aircraft until they departed the Alaskan ADIZ. NORAD said that Russian aircraft are regularly observed in Alaska's ADIZ. NORAD, in a press release, said that Russian military aircraft remained in international airspace and did not enter American or Canadian sovereign airspace. This Russian activity in the Alaskan ADIZ occurs regularly and is not seen as a threat. On Friday, Russia's Ministry of Defense said that Tu-95MS strategic missile carriers of the Russian Airspace Force's Long-Range Aviation Unit conducted a scheduled flight in the airspace over the neutral waters of the Bering Sea. The flight lasted more than 14 hours. Fighter escort was provided by Su-35S and Su-30SM aircraft. During the flight, the aircraft conducted an in-flight refueling. The ADIZ, Air Defense Identification Zone, begins where sovereign airspace ends. It is a defined stretch of international airspace in which aircraft are detected and tracked using satellites and ground-based and airborne radars in the interest of national security. While not recognized under international law, a number of countries have ADIZs because territorial airspace extends just 12 nautical miles from a country's coastline. Since September 24th last year, this is the first time Russian aircraft have entered the Alaskan airspace. A series of intrusions in August and July preceded the September incident, Stars and Stripes reported. In July 2024, the U.S. and Canada intercepted two Chinese and two Russian bombers operating in Alaska's ADIZ. This was the first time that Russian and Chinese bombers are known to have flown together over the North Pacific, marking a further expansion of the country's military cooperation and raising concerns among the U.S. and its allies about regional stability. The leadership of NATO has issued a warning over an increase in Chinese and Russian patrols throughout the Arctic, including regions close to Canada and north of Alaska. At Sweden's National Security Conference recently, General Alexis Grinkewicz, the Supreme Allied Commander of Europe, also issued a warning that China and Russia are increasing their combined patrols in the Arctic.
We did talk about Greenland. We talked about it in the context of the Arctic and the increasing need for the alliance to pay attention to security in the Arctic, given the continued Russian presence and increasing Chinese presence that's there. I think it's been reported widely that we're doing some planning now on a new Arctic mission called Arctic Sentry that has not kicked off yet, but we're in the final stages of planning for that enhanced vigilance activity. I'll actually go back to my headquarters later tonight, and tomorrow I'll take a brief from our commander of Joint Force Command Norfolk, who's in charge of this. He'll present that to me tomorrow, and if the brief goes well and we've met all the ticks, and we might have something that we can announce later this week on how we're moving forward on that. But this was one of the two areas that our Secretary General discussed with President Trump when they were in Davos. So I think it's an essential pillar of the way forward for Arctic security, and looking forward to contribute to that. So we agreed to reestablish a communication line, and we're in the process of getting that reestablishment going. So my only communication with the Russian military so far has been with the negotiators that the Russians have sent forward into our military working group. I would tell you, within those working groups, we're having very constructive and productive conversations about how we'll move forward on the Ukraine peace agreement. And everyone I know is hoping that we're able to achieve that. The long-range strikes are probably the story of the winter, with Russia attacking critical national infrastructure in Ukraine, causing significant power outages. The Ukrainians have talked about what the impacts of that are. But again, it's a brutal conflict. We all are working to achieve President Trump's vision of peace in Ukraine so that we can move on.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That is often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out playwright.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.